Good day, ma'am, classmates. So, what I will be reporting today is about the methods for studying organizational systems and the two theories of system approach, which is the Karlowitz theory of organizing and the new science system theory. You may be wondering, isn't it three theories? Well, actually, it is. But the cybernetic theory was already discussed by my reporting partner, Ms. Eunice Bonilla. Okay, so let's start the presentation. So, what is Karlowitz theory of organizing? So, Weich's model is stated to be exceedingly complicated, evaluating the organizing process and allowing him to draw many ideas that aid in the development of his perspectives. One of these is the evolutionary tree, information tree, and general system tree. He also incorporated ambiguity into the organizational process. His view is heavily influenced by the environment, which he considers to be the most important aspect of an organization's existence. But to clarify this, is not simply pertaining to a mere environment, rather, yeah, rather an information environment. This information environment exists as a result of enactment established by the members of an organization. As White explains, there's not some kind of monolithic, singular, fixed environment that exists detached from the external to people. Instead, people are very much part of their own environments. The next. So what is next? New science system theory. So this theory was derived from the different theories such as case theory, complexity theory, and self-organizing systems theory, which that coexisted in recent decades. So these theories, when particularly applied to both the area of communication and organizations, can suggest new ways of thinking about organization as different kinds of systems, which can be considered as new science system theory. As stated, new science system theory is complex and adaptive systems in such a way that it helps makes a difference in many aspects, including organizations. So there were ideas for organizational communication, which were derived from the new sciences. This includes the importance of relationships in organization, the importance of participation in organizational process, and the importance of being open to information environment. So, so the importance of relationships in organization is this factor is derived from the new science ideas that ideas about the interconnectedness and the independence of entities in quantum physics. And the importance of participation in organizational process is this factor is emphasized because of the participatory nature of the universe and because participation is seriously done. Is a way out from the uncertainties and ghostly qualities of the non-objective world we live in. The appreciation of organizational change and instability. Woodley argues that organizational change, even in large systems, can be created by a small group of committed individuals or champions. The importance of being open to information and environment. In the new science, change occurs at the edge of the chaos when we are open to swirl of ideas around us. As Woodley stated, we need to open to more information in more places and to seek out information that is ambiguous, complex, and of no immediate value. So these new science approaches to system tree helps to open up ideas on how the complex and chaotic nature of organizational systems might lead to the emergence of new innovative organizational forms and processes. Next. So what is the method for studying organizational process? So it has many parts, which is the network analysis, priorities of networks, priorities of network links, and the network roles and modeling techniques. Feedback. So, so what is the method for studying organizational systems? So system theory gained popularity during the 1960s and 1970s among many organizational communication researchers. This is mainly because system theory highlights the concept of exchange, feedback, and interdependence, which are which are considered to be crucial to communication theory. It was stated that since research methodologies at that time failed to account for this complex process, the emergence of several research techniques occurred which by far gained prominence in the last few decades and is used appropriately for the investigation of systems explanations of organizational functioning. This includes network analysis. So the significant interconnection among systems components and the arrangement of those components into subsystems and supersystems are one of the hallmarks of the system tree. So network analysis help in analyzing and mapping the established relationship among people and social group, which make up the system components and is considered to be crucially important. So the properties of networks. So in its simplest form, the system of links among components is what makes up a network. It is stated that network analysis main purpose is to plot out the flows that move among these network members. So there are numbers of ways in which we can characterize a network as a whole, namely network content, network mode, and network density. So what is network content? So it refers to the stuff that is flowing through the linkage in network. Network mode refers to the communication medium through which network linkages are maintained. Network as a whole can be characterized in terms of its density. A highly dense network is one of which there are many interconnections among network members, whereas a less dense network is more loosely interconnected. So the properties of network links. So another possibility is to characterize the existing interconnections that binds the members of a network together. There are many ways to consider network links, but three of the most often used identifiers involve the properties of strength, symmetry, and multiplicity. So strength. Strength can be defined in various of ways. One is strong link might be one in which there is a great deal of communication flowing between two people, one that has endured over a long period of time, or one in which the exchange is deemed important by network participants. Symmetry. So a communication link that refers to whether the two people involved in the link have the same kind of relationship with each other. That is symmetry. Okay. Multiplicity. So it refers to the number of different kinds of content that flow through a particular link. Next, network roles. Considering individual actors in a network means taking into account the importance of network roles. So these network roles explain the ways in which individuals are connected with each other. So modeling techniques. Aside from network analysis, system theory concepts also incorporate complex process of behavior. This is done in order to this or okay, got it. This is done in order to better understand organizational communication system work. Scholars then decided to turn to statistical techniques that attempt to model patterns of communicative behavior and events in an organization. In relation, in relation to this, it is important to note that modeling techniques allow researchers to assess complex relationships among variables through the evaluation of causal models or to assess changes in organizational communication systems through the use of time series analysis and related techniques. Moreover, perhaps one of the most stirring in development in the field of organizational communication systems research is the use of computer simulations of organizational communication process. So the case analysis. So although both network analysis and modeling techniques is highly involved in statistical analysis, it was stated that mathematical techniques are not the only ones available to the system researcher. Scholars argue that these complex systems can be best understood through individuals' cases. The case analysis approach proposes that in order to obtain the richest level of understanding organizational systems is through closely observing specific organizations grappling with specific issues. It's, it uses observation, interviews, questionnaires, and archives to collect data, which enables the analyst to come up in a more exceptional understanding of how and why an organization system develops and behaves as it does. So in conclusion, this method emphasizes the idea that an organization can be compared to or molded after an organism. The nature of system components, the nature of system process, and the qualities that emerge from the idea of organization as interdependent and open sets of interacting components were all discussed as part of the systems approach. Following these fundamental notions, we'll go through three major truths that underpin the systems approach. The, t- the relevance of feedback and the regulation in goal-directed systems is highlighted by the first of these truths, cybernetic systems theory. The second is Wick's organizing theory that highlights how an organization interacts based on how sense of ambiguous network context. Third is the new science system theory that emphasizes the chaotic and complex nature of self-organizing systems. So we also took into account a number of methodological techniques that are useful to organizational communication. Experts in the systems tradition. So these are the network-based approaches. These methods are network analysis, modeling techniques, and case analysis. All of this allow and helps understanding a complex nature of organizational communication system. So that is all. Thank you.